Hey, I'm Kev Mr. Welcome back to iRacing and the IndyCar Fixed series. We're at Charlotte Motor Speedway. There was a round before then, round Iowa. Did not go to plan. As for some reason I just can't get the hang of Iowa. The best I've actually done around there is in the trucks, and the NASCAR trucks, the Class C Fixed series. I could never get a handle of it in the IndyCar, even though I had decent pace, mid-level pace. Definitely could have got a top 10 or even a top 5 if I went to the finish. But we're trying to do that around Charlotte Motor Speedway. Hasn't been as successful. So we go to the replay gantry then. Let's see what happened in front. Has Alpha got into second, and I had nowhere to go, basically. And unfortunately got punted from behind. And I did the cardinal sin as well on the ovals. You shouldn't be hitting the brakes like that. You should be trying to avoid it and just lifting off instead of hitting the brakes. And as you can see, we're going nowhere with our car looking like that. Not how we want it at all. Flipped again. And then up on our roll bar again. Hey, maybe third time lucky round here. You never know. Oh, big crash on the inside. No! Idiot. As we've had 3 visits so far, 3 DNFs. We haven't even made it to 10 laps, I think, into a race. That is how poor, especially that last accident. I have no idea what I was doing. But this is the 4th go. 4th time lucky, that's what they always say. We did not qualify because I qualified for the first 2 attempts, did the front, you saw what happened. Didn't qualify in the last attempt, you saw what happened. If I can switch my brain on and just survive, there should be a top 10 finish in the off-in. I believe this is split twice. There's quite a few drivers signed up. Of course, we're in the lower split. My iRating's gone down. It's under 900 now, which is abysmal. When you think the average should be around, say, 2,500, 3,000, you should be aiming for. You can tell how far off the pace I am in that regard, but not qualified, so we're starting 18th out of 21 drivers, and the guy starting at the back actually won that race, that last race that I showed you earlier, so he's very good. He didn't qualify in that race either. He made his way through the field, which hopefully we will do now, as we start in 18th, number 21 car, which is the lowest I rating, so even if we survive, say, 1 caution, we're doing better than we should have, as someone's practicing their starts, it looks like, to the side as we get going near the back, and we're just going to be cruising. Calm down, spotter. Obviously he's just practicing for the race, because round this circuit, much more known for its NASCAR antics, of course, but round Charlotte Motor Speedway, the downforce of these cars reminds you of street stock. If you don't know iRacing, at a rookie level, you drive these street talks, which are just kind of like underpowered NASCARs, but round here, you just run the inside line round here. And so with the downforce on these cars, that is what you're going to be doing. You've got a massive amount of downforce, you've got a huge slipstream. In practice, I was a second back for someone, just zoomed up to the back of them within a lap. So, insanely strong slipstream, which should lead to maybe 2-3 wide racing, even though you don't want to do that, especially on the front stretch. But go 3 wide, but we'll see how we do in 18. This I'm actually starting at the back. As you can see, we're just cruising at the back here along with our buddy. Yeah, I know, catch a 7 car. Let's see what we can do though. Round 75, that's a long race, so again, first 50 laps just cruising, last 25 is go time. We've got a good start as well, and looks like that guy actually just backed off behind us. So inside the first corner, someone else is backing off. So obviously they've seen the carnage beforehand, where on average you get between 5 or 10 drivers that finish on the lead lap out of all these races. So they know the deal, they know what's happening. Not a big fan of the guy in front of us. Seems to be no man's land lane wise. Seems to be holding second or third lane, it looks. The guy behind's a bit impatient. So we kind of want to get ahead of that. Not the car in front of us, the car in front of them. And it's like he's finally getting away into a rhythm. And it's not bad at the moment, as I said, with the slipstream round here. You know, this is just going to be a chain, a line, for the most part. Someone's joined late. Oh, here's the guy. Very quick guy's joined late as there's a crash in front. I'm surprised I didn't hit that guy. Normally I have been doing that around here. So we survived the first incident. And that's good for the guy who just joined as well. Because you could get that back. Especially with it being so early in the race, just 4 laps. No real point pitting. I was saying, with the slipstream we saw that, we were running around like half the track, half throttle. It's insane, the slipstream round here. And pit road is open, but we're in 13th. Is it worth pitting this early? We'll see what other drivers do in front. And there's like no one is pitting. Not even the guys behind us look like they're lining up to pit. So let's stay out. Oh no, they have pitted. God damn it. I think. No, they haven't. No, he has. They all have. I know number 7 hasn't. So it'll be interesting to see how much fuel though goes. As I don't expect tyre wear to be an issue. I know if we run that high line a bit more, you know, it could become an issue. You don't want to exacerbate any problems there could be, but we're in 13th, had a decent start. Let's see if we can carry on the next restart. So we are about to go green then. Did pit on the 1 to go. Guy didn't get his lap back in front. Pace car's in, it's very spread out in front. I have no idea why. Guys behind are pretty spread out as well. So we're back where we began in 13th, allegedly. Shall we say 14th? Actually no, we are in 13th now. Someone really slowed down there. Start again, just drop into the back. So let's see if we can just hang in here then. Just cruise. For the next few laps until the next caution. That's the thing I wish we had about this setup, is that, yeah, it provides, you know, great racing opportunities with the slipstream especially, but just a little less downforce maybe would have been cool. It's got that cars in front. What are you doing that, Scott? Can also room on the inside. Oh, it was on the lap car. That's someone we were battling with. That cars are battling in front. Over 17th. But again, we're just half a second back, so we've still got the slipstream. Still a bit spread out in front. It looks like from 10th going forward. Let's set our fastest lap. Try and get the inside line as that car. Well, he's blocking us, which is always helpful. Which is totally pointless in his mind, no, because there's not really helping him, is he? Going to cost both of us time while his opponent's got ahead of someone. I'm really having to back off in the middle of the corner. We've got the high line. And they go clean round the outside. So we've got 6/10 in front, so we're still firmly in the slipstream. Could actually go through this corner flat now. It's actually 3 and 4, which is a bit difficult for that when you're in your slipstream. 1 and 2 is not too bad. It's these corners, because it just tightens up on you on the exit. So you've got to be careful as you head into this kind of tri-oval layout and start finish straight. We've got opponent 3/10 behind, you've got 3/10 gap in front. So you really had to back off there. Bloody hell. Oh, he's gone into the wall. Did exactly what I did earlier. See, it's not just me who can easily get distracted by the yellow round here. Just gets attracted to it. That's another position gain from the back. So up to 11th. Got 10th right in front. Slipstream off the lap car. We can hopefully drag us back up towards the main group. Around 2.5 second gap to them. Or 2 second gap, should I say. But if they keep fighting like a hell, we just follow each other. Or keep doing that, just overtake each other in the corners. And kind of use the momentum of the slipstream. Go quicker. Like you saw a bit, the last full race I posted in the Fit series. Like me and that guy pulling away from the cars behind by using that tactic. You never know, we could close that gap. Especially in this, like they're battling like a hell in front. 2 wide constantly. So the guys in front. But we are gaining less than 2 second gaps now. Remember, you've got to be in that second window. So not far off at the moment. And the guy behind being very patient as well, being kind to us. He's sitting behind us. That's a bit high. Just like we're sitting behind these two. Gap now 1.8. So we are actually gaining. Despite it looks a bit messy in front, doesn't it? Going a bit high, but still they're carrying the momentum. Getting closer, and with the fighting in front. It's now 1.6, 1.7. Inching closer. That second window. Oh, that's a bit high. Thought for sure he just clipped the back end there. Under that car, but did a good job avoiding that. Now it's 1.3 the gap. Look at it, just inching closer. So we're going to have one big long pack again. I think we have now. Oh, a bit out the groove there. There's car in front hits the wall. So we're into the top 10. Bit fortuitously. Haven't really overtaken anyone since the restart, but just guys unfortunately clipping the wall. So easy to do. So the gap's around a second now. Especially if you drive the car in hard like I did there and don't lift in time. So easy. So we're going like 3 wide in front. Mentalists. We're not even a third of the way through the race. And we definitely have closed that gap now, so we are back part of the main pack. Thanks to that close, hit the wall. Oh, and there's madness in front.
The yellow flag is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Catch the 4 car past the pace car.
Luckily the guy behind was also very aware because I was very cautious there. So easy for someone to just plough into my backside. Never want to say those words. Especially in IndyCar race. But we're in the top 10. We survived without damage, another crash, and it's prime time to pit now. That's a nice little run there. Thanks to the lapped car, who unfortunately did their duty, getting us back up to the main pack, and unfortunately sacrificed himself for the greater good. Maybe. I'll probably crash on the next restart, let's see. So set to go green then. Made up a position on the pit stops, alright normally. Had a superb pit stop. Actually hit our marks as well. And then a couple of guys have just pitted with 1 to go. So it looks like we're in 7th, should I say. Got a couple of lap cars behind us. We've got a decent restart. Oh, 1 lap car behind us. So we go green with 47 to go. I'm not sure we have enough fuel to the end. So we might have to tactically just sit here and save fuel during this stint. Depends how long it lasts though if we do get another caution. There's already lifting already on the first lap. They're going like trying to go 3 wide for the lead. Not working out though. We go through the first corner. And so you approach the speeds of 230. We're just going to sit back here because that looks a bit hairy in front, the top 6. Very hairy. So here, remember, stay in that second cushion and you should be fine. We've got 8th behind us, 0.7 back, then a bit of a gap to 9th, almost 3 seconds. So it's a top 8 here. So really lifting off in the final corner. Does that guy want to race? Looks like that guy wants to race. I don't mind letting off and letting you by. Whoa! What was that? No, we got hit! Are you kidding? 4x contact as well. That could be quite severe damage. Has he got to let the 5 car by, wherever they are? So where's the 5 car then? I'm not sure they exist anymore, to be honest. I cannot believe that. What the hell? But we're going into the pits. We've got a free repair. So we should still be in it. I'm not sure how badly that will affect the car though, like if there's damage that can't be repaired. We'll see as we go into pit lane, along with almost everyone else it looks like. Just saw a couple of guys decided not to. Oh, he's letting me by. Got to pass the 19 car as well. Okay. So actually I'm leading then. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take a lap in the lead. And I do have to pit the next lap though. I don't mind this. Got a nice view of the pace car. I haven't really had this season so far. I know like a couple other guys decided not to pit as well. But I'm guessing the next lap it goes 2 to go to green. So we probably should pit at the end of this lap. Just in case there is the damage, it would take you a bit extra time. With 1 to go, it could be touch and go if we catch back up to the pack. But we'll take our lap in the lead. And then we'll see how bad this damage is. It's like someone's pitting behind. So we go into pit lane then, from the lead. It's probably the only time I'm ever going to say that this season. So let's see how bad this damage is. Let's see if we actually got auto damage. Yeah, I do have fast repair on. We get away again, and it's like in 6th.
Line up, single file, past the 2 car.
So it should be fun on the restart then to see how this car is. Let's see if it is fully repaired. We've had this before this season where we've had a fast repair and it was still alright the car afterwards. So we'll see if we haven't lost any, say, straight line speed, which is pretty important around it. But then again, as I said, slipstream is very dominant as you've got to pass the 2 car. I probably should pay attention to what they say above, shouldn't I? So actually we were turning the top 5, will we? Oh no, we are. No, there's a couple of lap cars. We're being 4th. What? And of course I was wrong, because there's another lap car part of that gang. And so we're actually in 2nd on the restart. From the back. Definitely does pay not to qualify round here.
Get ready, going green.
And I say this is the most amount of laps I've done in the race total out of those previous 3 races.
The pace car is in.
So we've already matched that total. And he's gone green.
Okay, you're in second. The next car's the leader. Keep digging.
Not a very good restart. Got third behind right on our tail. When it's like it's go time for third.
Still there. Hold your line.
Sonny's been patient. We're going to let them bite. Try and stay in that second window. We've got over a second window behind. So you should just need to concentrate on catching the top two then. Look at him go! He's going for the lead as always. The leader scraped the wall as well. Very up high, very close. I know we've got fresh tyres, so you can maybe have that grip on the outside, but still, don't want to be that close to the wall. And yeah, look at that restart from number 7 into the lead. Bit squiggly line there into the first corner. As he closed back up, and yeah, look at that over a second gap behind. We're in the clear from them. It's all once again close to the bottom. White line at the bottom. Once again, second very high up against the wall. And so halfway through the race. There's a little milestone cross off. Now we can just sit here and try and save some fuel. Because I know what happens in these races. Go to the front. Oh no, you're running out of fuel in a couple of laps. Why didn't you tell me? I guess I have to pit on the final lap. Don't want that to happen again. Thanks to that car for giving us a heart attack. There's like only 6 cars on the lead lap as well. Looking at a relative. So I've got a group of 3 here and then a group of 3 behind. And that's it on the lead lap. Told you it's between 5 or 10 drivers that often end up on the lead lap at the end of these races. We've got a box seat here. Unfortunately, cars behind have caught up as, oh, the leader, very slow. So 4th is now on our tail. 5th isn't though. 5th is sitting back slightly. And I guess the same for 6th, behind 5th. But we don't mind this guy being the hare for us. That's okay, we'll let you through. Don't mind that. Let all the cars be in front so I can save fuel in this nice comfortable position here. Let those 3 just battle it out. I know this like second is just cruising behind as well first. I guess third is going to be doing the same. Oh no, they're looking to make the move. There's a bit hairy again, late in the corner again with that slipstream. Taking a little look when you're not quite alongside. Can lead to danger like we've seen previously in this race and like we've seen previously, of course, in the other races as well. There's all 5th, it's way back, 6.2 back. And then 6th is 11 seconds back. What is happening behind? Really dialing it back, saving the fuel. As in it's like the number 7 car's had enough of leading. So they're letting the number 10 car take the lead now. And be our hare. Or is the number 7 car damaged? Once again, very close to the wall. And let us by there. So up into the podium places again. Now I wonder if they're just going to sit behind us. Because we had the experience with them previously in the race, just doing that as well, sitting around 3 tenths behind us. They always sit around 3 tenths behind the car in front. So we might be back to that game now. After having a brief run in the lead. Want to make sure I'm lifted enough though. Because we could have that traffic coming up in a couple of laps time. as we are gaining quickly on 10th. We're almost at go time. Remember, 50 laps I said was go time. But then we're going around 40 laps green at the moment. It's a little bit out of the groove. Might allow fourth to get a run on us. Go back down our inside. I'm lifting, trying to let them by. They're lifting on the inside. There you go, get back by. As we got around the second gap to the top two, but they are dicing like a hell. But still, we've got to be cautious of that gap. 9/10, so it's still right, just about in it. As it is just us four battling for the lead. It looks like 5th and 6th just disappeared from our relative. As you can see, got that car's battling in front of the top two as well. Oh, it's danger time now. We're in the danger zone. Need some Kenny Loggins playing. As what the hell are they doing in front?
Go low. The yellow flag is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
That was very unfortunate. For second, I think it was.
12 car by.
As we got the 12 car by. Come on, that car. Oh, it's the leader that got taken out. Come on, 12 car.
Catch the 7 car.
So now it's just reset. Everyone's going to pit. We're all going to have fuel till the end. Going to have fresh tyres. Going to have fun on this next restart. So you are about to go green. Maybe for the final time with 20 laps to go. The guy in front did not pit. Now he did this same strategy in Gateway. He was leading out of the final restart. He got lapped by the end.
Get ready. Going green.
I'm not sure if his strategy is from Mercedes or not, but it's very unusual. I'm not sure how it's going to work out for him. Especially as everyone else is pitted out of the top 5. Only the top 5 on the lead lap. Got a couple of lap cars behind us. As we get going again. Bit of a slow restart. So hopefully we haven't been murdered by the cars behind, though. So remember, first is not pitted. Let's see how this goes for them. He's already getting murdered by second. It's not going to go well again. As we're a second back. No, that window. Outside the window already. Shocking restart. And he's just lost it in the first corners. Second all that time. So 1.2 back. Look at that, he's already touching the wall as well. Should hopefully pass them this lap as well. Already 2 seconds behind the leaders though. Got 2.7 second gap behind though, thankfully. Lifted majorly into the corner. I wasn't sure if he was going to turn in or not because I had massive momentum there, but thankfully did not. As we're back up to third then, so they're battling for the win in front. Now with like a caution. You can see my tyre marks as well from braking, avoiding that previous crash. Get down to 5th, get it into a sensible rev range. And see, even with the tow, my mind just losing time. Got someone coming out the pits. Hopefully not into us, like we've seen previously in this race. As at least we'll get set for a comfortable third if all else fails. Someone would be part of that lead battle, just that shocking restart. Restarts have been pretty decent so far this race. Of course I messed up the final one, potentially. I'll take this result after what I've enjoyed in Charlotte. Hopefully iRacing can get back over 900. I think I started the season at around 1100. Now it's gone down to around 870 or something ridiculous. So by the end of the season I can actually climb back up to around 1100. Strangely, my road rating, which I haven't driven road in quite a while, like properly, it's been a few years, but I did drive the Pro Mazda Indy, which counted as a road result. That's still at around 1500. Somehow that's always going to remain better than my overall rating at the moment. They've got a 3.5 second gap behind to that guy. He really has dropped off. Guess for him, no, at least he's going to get a top 5. And somehow the guys behind lap him. Which you never know with how knackered his tyres are going to be by the end of this race. I was having a magnificent battle for the lead. I wish I was closer, so I'd get some popcorn out and enjoy it. And instead we're losing a 10th per lap, at least a 10th per lap, thanks to them slipstreaming off each other. And it's like someone's unlapped themselves on 4th. I'm not sure they're going to gain that lap back in 10 laps though, but you never know. And you're seeing from the lead battle, if you can just about see in the distance, what I was talking about with the street stocks earlier. Hold the inside line, very difficult to pass. As that car is still running on the infield oval. Interesting tactics. Was number 7 car maybe leading, but I think he's on the outside. No, he must be on the inside. Number 17 must be on the outside. Let's see, heading into 3 and 4. Yeah, I can see the bright car on the inside. So yeah, number 7's on the inside, but number 17's got the run, but it's just stuck on the outside. Can't do anything with it. It's all 5th laps now. So maybe they pitted as well. So they just cruised in, I'm guessing. Or maybe had an incident, had to pit. So with only 4 cars on the lead lap potentially. Shows how manic it has been round Charlotte. But we're in a section of the season now where we're going to have very quick ovals like this. Where fields can easily get decimated, so can high ratings and safety ratings. So it's going to be fun. Having some high speed racing. Definitely more suited to myself again. Not very good on, say, Iowa or Gateway, like the short ovals. And Milwaukee Mile. Kansas, which is still to come this season. Yeah, these fast tracks definitely, such as Indy, ElusiveKev Speedway is coming up as well. So definitely looking forward to those. Of course, especially Indy, of course, and in IndyCar. It's going to be so much fun. Especially with a fixed set. It's not like the Indy 500, which is about open sets, about, you know, and the best sets. Race management as well, with the weight jacker, with the fuel. I mean, we get that a bit with the fuel. That's the only thing really you're managing. Maybe the tyres as well. It's only really fuel and tyres, but you can't make in-car adjustments like you can, say, in the Indy 500, the open sets. So it'd be interesting to see how we do with a fixed set where we're just managing fuel and tyres and that's it. It's all about the loud pedal. Interesting to see as well how bad the dirty air is in the corners, because it's not that bad round here in Charlotte until, you know, the tyre wear starts to kick in a bit. One of it's the same for India as well. But again, that's a huge oval. 4 tight corners as well, especially corner 2, trickiest of them all. And we saw in the Indy 500 as well in May that turbulent air was quite bad. Not as bad as in real life, which I believe they're trying to fix for the 2019 Indy 500, just done the tyre test at Firestone. And they've done aero tests as well in Indy since, well, around the end of the season as well. So hopefully 2019 Indy 500 should be a cracker. So should our race round Indy as well. Where dirty air perhaps won't be too bad. I know this last bit has been boring, but it's been fantastic just to be able to have just some quiet time in this race. We can just cruise to the finish and grab a podium for, I believe, the first time this season. I think we've got a couple of top 5 finishes, but not on the podium. So I'll show the stats at the end, but I think this is my 3rd top 5 in around 10 starts now. Fortunately, 4 of them have been a dud. But then the 5th one in a row has produced a 3rd place finish. And look at that number 7 car. There's one. Well done to them. Well done to the number 17 car as well. Well done to anyone who finished. Only 3 on the lead lap in the end. The number 4 car did get that. The number 11 car. He was leading, remember, on that last restart, just like in Gateway. But I hope you enjoyed some racing around Charlotte as someone's doing the donuts. There's the fireworks go off. I don't think I've got the graphics settings right, so I can't unfortunately see them, but I hope you enjoyed some racing around Charlotte. About damn time as well.
Okay, the race is over. Bring it on in.
And I'll see you next time after I've wiped off the champagne.